Hello, Leo. It's umomgtarot, and this is your Should I Reach Out tarot card reading. I'm going to start with the astrology reading cards, and then we're going to do a tarot spread. So here we go. Should I reach out? Now, I'm going to pull the astrology reading cards. This can represent the person that you're thinking about reaching out to, or the energy that you or they bring to the situation. Your first card. Pisces. This energy is wistful, endlessly loving, compassionate, and forgiving. It confuses and softens resolve. So for those of you who are reaching out to give an apology or, anything along the lines of apology, you're looking for forgiveness, this is the sign, this is the Pisces energy that they bring to the situation. So they're coming in with compassion. Perhaps you should mirror that. It confuses and softens resolve. That's nice. Then we have Capricorn. The energy around you is serious, materialistic, and hardworking. It bestows shrewdness and cautious ambition. So Capricorn energy is very stable, very deliberate. So you know that when they come towards you, they want you, they've thought about it, they've observed you for a while, and they mean it. And also they like the cut of your jib. They see you as a prize, a trophy, something to attain, something maybe even they see you in a very high light, or you're very high value to them. And perhaps that's the sentiment you're under. I mean, the Pisces Capricorn combo is like, Pisces makes the Capricorn soft and gushy, and the Capricorn makes the Pisces feel strong and adds to the willpower that Pisces wouldn't naturally have. And then we finally have Aries energy. The energy around you is dynamic and spontaneous. Crusading impulsive action is likely. So we see, and the last time I had this card pull up in this position, I had my Instacart delivery interrupt the reading. I had a door get stuck, and I'm like, okay, well, spontaneous action definitely is likely. So let's not mess around with that Aries energy. And the Aries energy is associated with Mars, so we know that there's a little bit of conflict or a little bit of aggression, sexual chemistry, any of that stuff, but it's exciting stuff. Okay, so should you reach out to this person? Should you reach out? Well, we see that there's sensitivities. So with Pisces, we can also acknowledge that there's Neptunian energy, and Neptune energy makes us put this love-goggled filter over our view of the world. So we could be seeing things in a very romantical way, and which isn't necessarily most practical. Think that comes with expectations sometimes, and I always say limit that. When you do things, don't think about what the other person is going to do in return, because if you're offering some type of love or kind gesture, you can't think about what you expect for the response. Only do it if it feels good. So anyways, we have your tarot spread ready here. Oh, 3 of Swords in reverse. The Tower, the 10 of Cups. This is a weird reading, I'm telling you. We have the Temperance card in reverse, followed by the Page of Cups. You know what? Because I flipped it, the Ace of Swords. Well, that's a chaotic little reading, don't you think? Isn't it? Why is everything so out of focus? It's very strange to me. There you go. Should I reach out? We have the 3 of Swords here, which tells us that there's a little bit of conflict and it involves another person. I don't know how many of you are wrapped up in a third-party situation, but for some of you, the swords are pointing towards the handles being in your hands. So I'm wondering if you put your person through a third-party situation where you chose the other person, or you just got found out for a third-party situation and this person needs to forgive you. So I'm gonna guess that didn't bode well, that third-party situation, that the tower fell down, things crumbled, the foundation crumbled. The Tower is associated with that whole Mars energy, that whole fiery, sudden surprise and shock and disappointment and transformation. So it does speak to endings. And I think that this third party situation put a stop to the foundation of your relationship with this person, one way or another. You know, it felt like a roaring, fiery end. How about that? So it may have ended in like a big upheaval, conflict, yelling, explosives, get out of my house, you name it, anything along those lines. So, I mean, that's why I would understand the hesitance to reach out. I think the goal, and I like that the Ten of Cups is hovering over Capricorn. The goal is to have that happy ending, and the realization is that this person emotionally fulfills you and makes you happy. And you think that that's what they do for you. You're very certain of it, that they bring you balance, that they bring you possibility of the future things that you want in a direction that you want, and that to get there you need to do this whole reconciliation dance, right? And that's what the Temperance card represents: reconciliation, healing, synthesis, moving forward, moving on, all of that. And when this card is in reverse, we gotta think about how that has been slowed down, how that is not able to happen just yet, and why. Have you healed yourself personally? Have you moved beyond the situation, or do you have some resentment, but you just want them back? Like, are you being hasty? Are you being fiery, like that Sagittarius energy that is unevolved? Are you just being selfish and just wanting what you want? Or are you, because that's what got us into this mess, right? We don't want to come in with that type of energy, because that other person will be able to pick up on it. And it may end in a fiery, explosive, catastrophe again. And we don't want that. We do not want that. So what we can do is send this kind gesture. And this is it. This is the, should I reach out? I think so. Because this page is, although there's confusion, their heads down. And that's another sign of, like, please forgive me, or I'm humbled, or I'm coming to you with, with some humility. And I want to apologize, or I want to give you this kind gesture and expect nothing in return. I just want to show my gesture of love. And then, so that to me is always like, okay, well, you have to be patient with the reconciliation. You have to not be, that whole Aries energy, impatient. And especially if you're dealing with an Aries, they could have their pride in the way, or the ego, and the conflict going on with the Tower. They could be like, they hear your name, they think of this, right? So when you reach out, they think of this. Need some time to calm down and be like, okay, now what did you have to say? And there needs to be a buffer. I'm afraid there needs to be a buffer. And if we're looking for the long-term outcome to be this happy ending right here with the Ten of Cups, where you feel emotionally fulfilled, and whatever the idea of a Ten of Cups is to a Pisces, which is ultimate romance and happiness and happy ever after, I feel like you have to work towards this reconciliation. Now, this is Sagittarius energy, so we can say that you have to learn some things. You gotta, and I don't mean just what you have to learn what they did. You have to learn what they went through. You have to understand what you're going through. The only way that you can heal from this situation and have that synthesis go is understanding. And that's what Sagittarius are all about. They like to learn. They like to fully understand. They like to comprehend what they're learning. And that's what's required. And there may be an absence of that, which is why it's showing up. I mean, that might be the lesson, because this is the action, the third party situation. So I think the loving gesture, or maybe taking responsibility for anything, whether it was cheating, whether it was just a little deception, or just cold feet or something, is just coming in with a little humility and not any type of, just love it down, keep pouring love on the situation, or, almost like not, I don't want to say not fighting back, but just being, yes, submissive to some degree to this person, especially if there was a situation that caused all that, caused by you. Now, then we have the Ace of Swords, and I feel like this is where we take a turn, and that's why it's a, yes, we should reach out, but perfectly timed, good timed, well timed. No, you know what? You can reach out, and just as long as you don't have any expectation on the response. And I think that the reach out, the gesture of this reach out will be something that starts something new, a new way of thinking. Like, maybe I was too harsh. Maybe they mean it. Maybe they don't mean it. Let me think about this. The point is that they're thinking. Okay, and then that leads to a new direction of thought, because you're adding more memories. And the last one was positive, because I come with my tail between my knees to say, I'm sorry, I am scum, I am scum. That could be the speech. And it could actually move you, because Pisces will forgive anything. Alright? So there it is. Should you reach out? Absolutely, you should reach out with a kind gesture. with no ego attachment, no, well, if I say this, then you should say sorry too. None of that. You knock it off. All right? So there it is. That is your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, comment if the video resonates at all, and if you'd like a personal reading, please check out the description for instructions on that. Until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.